Good evening, everyone. Are you all spooked? Hi, everyone. How's your day? Your day was spooky? The scariest thing here is the dresser looming over your bed? Come on. How's the music in relation to my voice? If I do a presentation with the music at this volume, is it going to be too loud? Should I turn it down? A little lower? How about this? How's this balance? Let's go, Soph. Soph, welcome to the spooky stream. We have spooky music and spooky lighting. What would you say is the least scary fish? Seahorse? I could beat the shit out of... Give me 1,000,000 seahorses versus just me to fight, and I win that fight with a single finger. A person with no legs or arms could beat 1,000,000 seahorses in a fight. You look like a potato. Okay, thanks for that. Hi, Nat. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I'm sorry, there's a lot of people to say hi to. I don't say hi to most people. The only person I ever consistently say hi to is Soph, and even sometimes I miss that, so. Hi, Ryan. Alright, I think the music needs to go slightly down, but otherwise I think it's good, right? What are our thoughts on this audio level as the music is playing right now? Could I do a presentation with this audio level and be good? Okay, we'll go with this. Just slightly lower, but it should still be there. We just want scary music around, that's all. Alright, cool. Let me know if something goes wrong with the music, because I'm no longer listening to it. I just have it in the background. Hi, Blurry. Oh, you're not a sub anymore, Blurry. You don't stand out. Blurry lost his sub, so now I don't see him in chat anymore. Non-sub messages just go right by. They just go in one ear, out the other. Yeah. Whoops. Imagine not being subbed. Hi, Lila. Congrats on being a homie. Oh, yeah, congrats on being a homie too, Blurry. Yeah, Blurry now the only homie who's not subbed. Homies is actually just a really complicated way to get recurring subscriptions on Twitch. Every time I add a homie, I add a lifetime Twitch subscription. It is discrimination, but it's just easier to see people who have a fish next to their name. I don't know what to tell you. It's a little bit of discrimination, I won't lie. I feel like the light blue is throwing off my... Alright, hold on a second. I feel like the light blue is throwing off of this...
Poggers.
Alright, I'm back with 10% more spook. This is way spookier, right? Dude, the fucking music is going hard. Damn, okay. Is it the new meme to say you have a dildo in the background? Is that a meme? I've never heard that before. First time. Zach doesn't have chest hair. I have a few. At least 4, so get fucked. They curl out like the cartoon babies' heads. You know how like on babies' heads in cartoons they have that one like curly hair that comes out of the top of the head? Oh, that's cool, Nat. Anyways, is the music going hard? Should I just keep this on to increase the spooky mood? Alright, fuck it. I'll increase the spooky mood. Oh, someone donated. Did I miss it? How spoopy will the vid be? Well, we're talking about the top 10 scariest fish, so it'll be a little spooky. Are you in a dorm? No, I'm in jail. How much to cosplay as Crabzilla for Halloween? $200. That's gonna be a steep price. Spookiest thing here is your cinder block wall. I should have green screened myself into like a graveyard or something. Okay, shut up, Parallax. Alright, you guys ready? This is the Halloween special on the AVNJ channel. For a long time, I've been watching videos about scariest fish, spookiest fish, most dangerous fish. And for a long time I've been asked, when will he make a list? When will Zach tell us his 10 scariest fish? And you know, I put it off because honestly, I didn't think fish were that scary. You know, even the top 10 that I could come up with didn't even seem worth making a list out of. But then I heard Halloween was coming up. And I knew what I had to do. So this is the top 10 scariest fish. Are you guys ready? Okay, a lot of no's. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna start anyway. Fuck you guys. Alright, you ready? I want to preface this by saying there are not 10 scary fish. There are maybe 4 max. So a lot of these are kind of BS, but I'll give real reasons, okay? So, yeah. Just know that when I say certain things are scary, I don't always, you know, mean that they're actually scary. I just mean that, like, if I had to make a list of 10, this is what I've got. Alright, number 1. Lionfish. And a lionfish is scary specifically to me because I worked...
Seahorse is number 1.
Nope, seahorse is not number 1. I worked at a fish store and we had a lionfish. And on my first day working at that fish store, he told me, if you ever put your hand in the lionfish tank and get stung, I will leave you there to die. This is something that my actual employer at the age of 14 told me. That if I got stung by a lionfish while cleaning the tank, that he would leave me there to die. So, I have a little bit of a fear of lionfish. Kinda don't want to go near those things very much, you know what I'm saying? But in addition, they're also just scary because they have the venomous spines. They look pretty, so a lot of people are attracted to them. And they're everywhere. And they're most spooky because of their impact on the environment. That was the cheesiest thing I've ever said, but it's true. They are terrible for the environment as invasive species. So, you know. This is hard to hard to keep a straight face. Alright. Number 9. The electric eel. Now, I didn't used to be scared of the electric eel, because I didn't used to know a lot about it. But recently, I watched a certain video of Brave Wilderness, Coyote Peterson, getting stung by an electric eel. And it convinced me that I never, ever want to fuck with an electric eel. And also, my ichthyology teacher, my fish teacher, tells this story about how he caught he did a seining net in the ocean, right, to catch a bunch of fish. And when he brought the fish up, the fish were jumping up and down over and over again. Like, all of the fish were jumping up and down, like, really quickly. And they thought that, like, there was a big flounder on the bottom or something that was pushing, was flopping them all up. And he reached in to pull out the big flounder. And what he found was a torpedo ray, which is an electric ray, which is similar to the electric eel. And it shocked him, and he had to go to the hospital. So I'm not fucking with electric fish. He also just looks like a grandpa. And I feel like he looks like a war criminal. And, yeah. War criminal with electricity is a no from me. And also, water's really conductive of electricity. So the last place you want to fuck with something that has lightning powers is in the water. Number 8. Wells catfish. This one also has a story behind it. This is the largest growing catfish. I mean, you could see these things right here could easily swallow these people whole. This dude could easily swallow this dude whole, right? So, I lived near, I don't anymore, the deepest water body in my state. And it's so deep, in fact, it's freshwater, that they actually take people there to learn to dive.
I would say that a blue whale is scary, but it isn't a common fear.
Blue whales aren't fish, but good try. People learn to dive there, so they do diving missions, because the reservoir, if you guys don't know, the way that they make reservoirs is they flood a valley, right? So they take a valley, they dam off the opening, and then they flood it with water, and then that creates a reservoir. But there was a town, a Native American town, at the bottom of this valley, and so they moved all the natives out, dammed it, and flooded it with water. And you can go scuba diving. You can go scuba diving and dive down like 100 and something feet and see like a wrecked, abandoned Native American town. And apparently, most people only ever go down there once because they see a catfish large enough to swallow them whole. I've talked to multiple people who went diving in that reservoir and decided to never come back up. Never go back down again because there were catfish there that could eat them whole. Also, multiple people go missing in the reservoir every year. It's actually considered a really dangerous place to swim because a lot of people go missing. Who knows why, but the giant catfish sounds like a reasonable explanation to me. And I swam in there a lot as a kid. Number 7. The tiger shark. This one is just scary because tiger sharks are literally the goats of the ocean. And not in like the goats like greatest of all time way. They're scary. They're goats in like the way that they eat literally everything. Tiger sharks will bite and eat and chew on everything. They eat tires. They eat like random plastic bits off the ground. So unlike other sharks like great whites, if they bite you, or bull sharks, if they bite you, they're mistaking you for food. You know, they don't actually intend to bite you as a human. Tiger sharks, there's a decent chance they don't care what you are. They're just biting because they bite. They are eating machines. And that's why it's scary to be around a tiger shark, because you can't use the whole logic of, oh, just don't act like a seal, you know? Just don't act, you know, normal, and it's fine, and the shark won't attack you. Can someone ban El Joe Senpai? Put the N-word in Russian. Alright. Number 6. The Goonch. If you guys haven't seen the episode of River Monsters where this happens, you need to. Because shit is insane. Basically, there was a legend in this native area that there was this giant tooth-looking catfish that lived in these murky rivers and would eat people when they went swimming or when they went fishing or whatever. And no one really knew a lot about it, and Jeremy Wade went down and did a River Monsters episode on it and caught one. Basically proved that this thing is out here and it's aggressive. It's this gigantic catfish with these sharp teeth. It has the size at full grown to just take down a full-grown man, drown them underwater, and eat them. And it basically is confirmed to have killed multiple people in the river. So, although it is one of my favorite fish because it's very cool, definitely a very scary fish. Number 5. The Great White Shark. Shark is responsible for the most attacks on humans. So basically it's the stupidest shark, because although the tiger shark will eat anything and the great white shark doesn't want to eat humans, the great white shark somehow is still attacking more humans than the tiger shark, which is absolutely absurd. Great white sharks, I guess, just are around people more is the explanation. Tiger sharks aren't as often in areas where people are swimming. But yeah, I mean, you can't set aside.
This is but high.
Hi, AVW. You can't set aside the amount of attacks, because the reality is fish aren't really scary. If you compare like bear attacks to anything, like all fish attacks combined to just bears, it's not even fucking close, right? Fish aren't really scary, but if you're gonna list the most scary fish, you have to include the one that is doing the most attacks. This doesn't mean that I actually think sharks are very scary, but, you know. Number 4, stonefish. Everyone should not be surprised with this one. This thing's terrifying me. Look, God. Look at how well they blend in to the seafloor. You would never see this thing like free diving, scuba diving, snorkeling. You would never ever see this. Right here you might see it because this is an aquarium. But here you would never see that. And if you stand on it, boom, venom injected right into you. Can paralyze you. And if you're scuba diving alone, free diving alone, you just die. You can just drown because you can't move in the water. You'll run out of oxygen. Right? This is so prevalent in like small nations where they're on the coast and, you know, they walk out into tide pools and such to catch fish and to do other various activities, that humans actually have an antidote for this venom. So basically the message is never go out in these tide pool areas alone, because if you get stung, not much can be done for you on your own. Cone snail on this list? No, cone snails aren't fish. This is the top 10 scariest fish. Alright guys, we're into the top 3 spookiest fish. Number 3, Goliath tigerfish. This to me is my never ever ever do I ever want to come in contact with fish, because unlike other fish where it's like, oh, teeth equals scary, this fish is actually aggressive, actually responsible for attacks on humans, actually in freshwater areas where people are living and swimming, actually has attacked people before, and can rip you the fuck apart. This is not a fish that you want to fuck with. To me, this is probably the scariest, like, actual fish, because it's just in a river and it attacks people. It's not like barracuda. It's got that like barracuda-like form where you're like, oh, big teeth, must be scary. But no, it actually is attacking people. It's scary, it's fast, it's aggressive, and it's known to attack people. It's known to attack crocodiles. Not something you want to get in the water with. Number 2, the bull shark. Now this is above the other sharks despite having less attacks for one key reason. The bull shark is known to go into freshwater. So unlike the rest of sharks, where, you know, you go into the ocean and, you know, you're expecting some sharks, bull sharks, You can just be swimming in your local river. They go as far up, I think it's like Michigan or something, on the Mississippi River they've been seen. Something insane like that. They can go so far away from saltwater. You can literally be in your backyard stream river, like hundreds of miles away from the ocean, and get attacked by a bull shark. This is, I think, a top shark because it gives you that sense of security. Where like, oh, I'm in freshwater. There's nothing that really attacks people in freshwater, especially in the United States, you know? You don't think that, like, there's something in there that could actually attack you. And for me, that makes it scary. Like, I swam in Lake Erie. I've heard reports of bull sharks in Lake Erie. That's a freshwater lake, like, hundreds of miles from the nearest ocean. There was a golf course that had bull sharks in it. Doesn't surprise me. They can get literally everywhere. They are not as, like, you know, insanely aggressive as, like, tigers, where they're just biting everything. So running into one doesn't mean that you have to, you know, necessarily be scared or that you're going to get attacked or anything. But, you know, still, having giant sharks in your local river is, you know, not the best. All right. Are you guys ready for number 1? The spookiest fish of all of the fish. The spookiest fish for Halloween this year is the pinnate batfish. Now I know what you're thinking. How could that tiny thing be spooky? Because it's got a cool orange glow. Look at the cool orange glow. Look at how he glows. Isn't he so spooky and Halloween themed? Yay! Spooky. He really, if any fish is going with the Halloween theme, it's the pinnate batfish as a juvenile. It's the spookiest fish. Yes, everyone be scared. Why is it scary? It's not. It's spooky. Is it deadly or poisonous? Nope, no venom, no poison. Just a batfish with a cool orange glow. He's always ready for Halloween. No. Top 10 spookiest fish, Nair. I switched it halfway through.
I constantly hear certain sharks like lemon sharks are friendly and even compete for human attention. Bullshit or nah?
No, lemon sharks, nurse sharks. There are a lot of, like, reef sharks that tend to be actually quite friendly. Oh, hey guys, how you doing? Did you enjoy that? You feel cheated? What do you mean? Alright, I'll be honest, I couldn't come up with a 10th spooky. There's not 10 scary fish. There just isn't. So instead of throwing in a bullshit one, I gave you the spookiest fish. What is this song? Oh, I'm playing the wrong playlist. That's why.
Poggers!
Thank you, Dr. Moogie. What is this playlist? I thought it was gonna be lo-fi. Dude, I tried to get a new playlist of, like, copyright-free music because my other one got, like, the other, like, anime lo-fi thing that I was using got, some of the videos in it, some of the songs in it are getting copyrighted. Alright, we'll use this. We'll use this lo-fi channel. My Spotify playlist was called DMCA free anime lo-fi, and it stayed DMCA free, but now YouTube is claiming some of the songs in it, which, if they continue to claim songs in it, is really bad, because I use that playlist in the background of literally every presentation I've ever done. But we'll see. What impression do you want me to do, Nat, before I move on to the next presentation? Support from Michigan? Nice. Careful of your bull sharks. Do an impression of Soph? Come on, man. Really? I don't know. I can't do a Soph impression. Hey, guys. Soph here. None of the things that I know about Soph that I could include in an impression. No, Soph, but that was inside jokes. I can't do it without inside jokes. Hey, fuck you, Blurry. Fuck you, Burbos. Hey guys, fuck you, Burbos. I have to pee. Oh no, I'm crying while I poop. Do a Marge impression? I could actually do a Marge impression. Hey, Oval, come here, piss baby. You guys asked for the impression, come on. That's not my fault. Marge impression, I think I could do pretty well. So if you act chill, they won't know. So if you're being very unchill about this, and they're starting to discover it. So if you were just acting chill, no one would notice. Do a chills impression. That's the easiest impression in the world to do. You just accentuate everything. I'll just read a message from chat. I think sea robins are pretty spooky with their feelers. I just don't expect a fish to look like it has bug legs. That's my Chills impression, just reading a random message from chat. It's too easy. Chills impression, you just really over dramatize like everything that you say. It's easy. Alright, you guys ready for the next presentation? Elias impression? Oh my god, dude. Bro, that's cat. Oh my, bro, you're a bot. Oh my, you're so trash. That's my roommate Elias when he plays Fortnite. Yeah, he plays Fortnite and curses at 14-year-olds. Yesterday he's just sitting in our room playing Fortnite and there's like 4 14-year-olds in his party and they're all just yelling. They're just like, fucking, oh my god, you missed your fucking shot. And he's just sitting there like laughing, just playing Fortnite. He has a good time, I guess. Zachary impression? Okay. How about a presentation? Zachary always does that. Damn it, I forgot to avoid putting things in the bottom left again. I forgot to, okay, well. Once again, another message for YouTube, though. Don't include this Marge. They already know. I didn't avoid putting things in the bottom left. I'll just move my portrait around. It's okay. Here, right? Yeah, I can put it over there briefly. It's fine. Anyways, what's up, Whirly? Okay, are you guys ready? We are going to talk about the Pachycormiforms order, which is an order of extinct fish. That a lot of you might know because of its crowning member, the lead Sichthies, the largest bony fish ever. But we'll get to that. We're going to look at the Pachycormiforms in general, the whole order. But a lot of people like them. This one got suggested to me, so I looked into it specifically. Alright, so the name, as we always talk about, patchy means thick. I could not find what corm means. I pulled up like an online dictionary thing of like Latin and Greek roots that are used in English and searched corm and like was searching through the whole thing like core and then orm and all that. Could not find any explanation of corm. So if someone knows what corm means, that would be lovely. But I don't know what corm means. But form always means shape. That's easy. A lot of things are called forms. So thick something form. Who knows, maybe thick mama form, or thick fish form. It's definitely not thick, that's ichthy. I know that at least. I don't think it means corn. I don't think it's thick corn shape. Or not exactly corn shaped, but I appreciate you guys trying your best. Yes, patchy means thick. So this is the preserved head and forefin of Pachycormus, which is one of the families within the Pachycormiforms. And then this is the Protosphaerina perniciosa. I don't fucking know. You can't see the name. It looks like that. This one kind of looks like a marlin to me, but we'll talk about that. So, the members. First of all, they're split up because there's a lot of members based on what they ate. You know, there's generalists, there's carnivores, and then there's herbivores. So we'll talk about the generalists, starting with the Omdenia, because that's the best drawing of any of them. Look at this drawing, how cool it is. So they're only known from incomplete fossils. Basically, there's no complete fossil of an Omdenia ever found. But they had cool backwards-facing teeth, and they mostly ate like mollusks and cephalopods. So they're very generalist, you know, searching the seafloor, looking for stuff to eat. Then you've got the Pachycormus, which was the thing that we just saw the reconstruction of. This is the reconstruction of the Pachycormus, which is just the self-titled, you know, named after the order. They're generalist predators, and they're the basal taxa. So they're the ancestral starting taxon. They're what it's named after, all of that. Then you've got the filter feeders, and might be interesting because some of you guys might not know this. So there's the Bonarichthes, which is a great white-sized filter feeder. So it's an absolutely massive filter feeder, and basically provided evidence that this niche has existed for a long time. Because nowadays we have whale sharks and basking sharks. The two largest fish are both filter feeders. So all the way back in these ancient periods, the largest fish were still filter feeders. So this niche of just being giant and filtering stuff out of the water has clearly existed for a really long time and has proved beneficial for a really long time. And then you've got, just to dwarf the Bonarichthes here, you've got the Leadsichthes, which is the largest bony fish to ever lived. Their specimens estimated up to 54 feet, and it was also a filter feeder, and it is most famous because it is in Ark, and it is the worst in Ark. Which brings us to our crazy-ass fish of the day, which is, of course, Leadsichthes, because look at this human being swimming in the water or standing next to it versus a Leadsichthes. Like, holy shit. These things were absolutely massive. Like, so far beyond the largest other bony fish. And it's literally just a filter feeder. Not even a predator. So it grew up to potentially 54 feet. There were estimates that were larger. There are estimates that are lower. The estimate that I consider most valid is the 54 feet, but I don't actually know fully. It was completely a filter feeder, so it just sustained itself on that. Largest bony fish to ever live. From the Mesozoic era. And the skeleton has never been perfectly, fully found. It's basically reconstructed from a bunch of different parts, which, if you think about it, makes sense. This would be a huge fish to find the entire skeleton at one time. So basically, that's why it's hard for us to know exactly how large these things could get, because we're kind of constructing them. It's like, how do you know if you're missing a vertebra piece? How do you know exactly how long it got? But that's why it's all estimations. And last but not least, it's a total bitch to deal with in Ark, because if you've ever played Ark Survival Evolved, where these things are in the ocean, they eat your ship for no reason. They're vegetarians. Who knows why? Or they're filter feeders. Why they bite your ship, I could not tell you. But you literally cannot sail anywhere in that game without your fish getting just absolutely destroyed by the nearest Leadsichthes. It's just absurdly annoying. But yeah, that's the crazy ass fish of the day. So back onto the members, then you've got the macro carnivores. So we talked about the filter feeders, the generalists, and then we've got the macro carnivores. So we've got the Orthocormus, which is a family that not much is known about. They're basically assumed to have been a nectonic carnivore, and they were found in Germany. That's basically all we know about them. And then we've got potentially my favorite. I don't know if I like them better or the Leadsichthes better, but the Protosphaerena, which we saw the picture of in the first slide, and a lot of people actually like this fish if you're into like ancient fish. The name means swordfish-like, the name means early barracuda because it's described sort of like a marlin. But basically, what we thought when we first discovered it was that it was like an old version of a barracuda. It was like an ancestral barracuda. So the name proto means early, old, and Sphaerena is the name for barracuda, the Latin name for barracuda. So we called it that because we thought that it looked and resembled a barracuda. But it's less hydrodynamic. So it is a lot like a sailfish. It has that same design. It's got that same like spear nose and like hunting style as a carnivore, but it's less hydrodynamic, which is basically evidence of we're doing it better nowadays. Sailfish nowadays are more hydrodynamic. They're better at swimming. They're faster. They're more adapted than the early versions of them. Basically just saying that like evolution has gotten better, which it doesn't always do. And then just some interesting image I wanted to show you. This is one that I didn't tell you much about because this order or this family doesn't have very much information on it, but I think it looks hilarious. I believe it's a filter feeder. It's the other one with the Bonarichthyes and the Leadsichthyes. Here's the Leadsichthyes next to a person again. As always, it's the Nectonic Carnivore. I really love this image. And then this guy, who I don't even actually remember anything about. He's cool looking. He looks like he has teeth, so I'd assume he was a carnivore. Or a generalist. And that is the Pachycormiforms. So what's left now is to react to some videos. So I need to look in stream ideas and find good videos. Could you guys post good videos and stream ideas, please? There's not a lot of good ones. I've been looking lately and I have not found anything really interesting. Virus Shark full movie? What in God's name is... I'm not watching a full movie. Okay, wait, this one looks good. Mariana Trench creatures you've never seen before. Scary Mariana Trench creatures never seen before. That's an interesting one. There's a hashtag stream ideas in my Discord, so post good ones that you want me to watch in there. Okay. Strange sea creatures discovered after tsunamis. And we'll do one more. What are you guys posting? I'm looking.
Poggers.
What's up, Nanda? Nanda? Sorry. Oh, that one looks good. What the fuck is this image? This thumbnail. Oh, I'm very excited for this one. The thumbnail on this one looks... I'm watching this one first. Alright, I got my 3. The thumbnail on this one looked hilarious. It's the top 10 mysterious deep sea creatures caught on camera, which is just an amalgamation of all of like the search terms that you use to find these things. If you guys have ever like looked for a product on Amazon, you'll notice the product isn't just called like designer t-shirt. It's called like designer t-shirt, men, woman, small, medium, large, zipper, no zipper, quarter zip. Like because they just include every possible buzzword that they can to try and get you onto the product. This is what this feels like to me. 10 mysterious deep sea creatures caught on camera. They've just combined a bunch of words. And the thumbnail was a picture of a sturgeon scaled up to the size of a pond being netted. So I am really, really looking forward to what they have to offer here.
Fact. We know more about outer space than we know about the deep sea. And that's mostly because of the inherent difficulty in exploring the depths of the ocean, and partly because we're extremely terrified of what's down there.
That's
Today we're going to be looking at...
No one is not exploring the ocean because they're terrified. They're exploring the ocean because there's not funding or it's just difficult in some areas.
Mysterious deep sea creatures caught on camera. Number 1 is said to be a real-life serpent, so do watch out for that one.
Wow.
With all that said and done,
why is there a
let's
seahorse
begin,
on my screen?
Shall we? Number 10. The Barrel Eye Fish.
Yep. Classic.
The deep sea is a mysterious place, home to even more mysterious creatures, and the Barrel Eye Fish...
I will admit, Barrel Eye Fish is a little bit spooky. I could have put him in my spookiest fish, but I didn't really consider him scary at all. They basically just have like the super weird see-through head. And it's like one of those things that like when we first came across it, you know, when scientists first discover it, it's like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? But, you know, as time has gone on, now I kind of see them as derpy. They kind of look dumb. Like if you first saw that thing coming out of the shadows, you'd be like, what the fuck? But now they kind of just look dumb to me. They just look like a joke.
Is definitely one of them. How mysterious is it though? Well, let's just say that all we know about this deep sea dweller is based on speculation. This fish has a transparent head.
All we know about it is based on speculation? Bro, you're watching video footage of it right now. Obviously, we know things from observing it.
Inside that head are 2 sensitive barrel-shaped eyes which are most frequently pointed upwards, allowing the fish to see silhouettes of its prey. As for the clear head, scientists think this feature may simply allow the fish to collect just a little more light, which may give this strange animal a bit more of an advantage over its competition. The barrel-eye fish wasn't even known to humans until 1939 when it was pulled from its habitat 762 meters below the surface. Even then, the specimens were less than ideal because they collapsed in the pressure change from deep to shallow. Now that researchers have access to deep-diving remotely operated vehicles equipped with lights and cameras that can withstand the pressure, they are able to observe the barrel eye far more closely. And yet, this odd fish still holds so many secrets, leaving scientists puzzling over its life cycle and reproduction patterns.
Well, that's fair. It is definitely a something that we don't know a lot about just because deep sea. Oh, look at how sad he looks. Bro, it's okay. I know those aren't his eyes, so you can't like personify it like that, but he looks so sad. God damn. So, mysterious deep sea creatures. Okay, I'll give you this is a mysterious deep sea creature. Caught on camera kind of implies that like, oh my god, we weren't expecting this. Like, no, they're looking for it.
Number 9. The Black Sea Devil.
Well, that's a fancy name for an anglerfish. The problem about deep sea creatures is, well, obviously, you almost never get a chance to see them. It is very rare for any of these creatures to get their chance in the spotlight. But back in late 2014, one of these creatures, namely the Black Sea Devil, got its chance to be in the limelight. Aw, that is absolutely the cutest out of all of anglerfish are ugly. Absolutely.
Creatures, namely the Black Sea.
But this guy's not bad looking. This guy looks like like one of the cutest anglerfish I think I've seen. I don't mind him.
Sea Devil got its chance to be in the limelight. A team using a remote-operated vehicle in the Monterey Bay Canyon spied this 3.5-inch-long Black Sea Devil about 1,900 feet deep. The scientists were then able to bring her up to the surface alive, which, mind you, is no easy feat, and have been monitoring the fish ever since. Now, let me first explain just how difficult it is to keep a deep-sea fish alive when you bring it to the surface. Due to the difference in pressure, almost all deep-sea creatures do not survive and turn into mush when being brought to the surface.
True. You guys know that blobfish don't actually look like that? When they're in the deep sea, they look normal, but when you pull them up because of the pressure difference, bad stuff happens. I think I've also told this story before, but I worked with a research project on black sea bass, and at the end of the year, we all had to do like a presentation on what the information we had come up with for black sea bass. And this girl, for her presentation, she like went first, and she put an image of a black sea bass, and then like coming out of like the black sea bass's mouth is what looked like a tongue, right? Just like an organ coming out there that like looks a little fleshy and pink. And so she's like, "Look, this black sea bass is sticking its tongue out. Isn't it so cute?" It was not the tongue; it was the stomach, which was coming out through the fish's mouth because it had been brought up from the deep, and the pressure changes fucked it up basically. So just a lesson on don't bring fish up from the deep sea because their body internals just get destroyed.
Every achievement naturally has got scientists very excited. This fish has always been shrouded in mystery. And you know what fish scientists plan to study first? It's how the fish uses its dorsal fin to swim. Always start with the basics, I guess. Number 8. Blood belly comb jelly.
Blood belly comb jelly. Okay, comb jellies are not even remotely scary. They don't even have the stinging cells. You guys don't know there's stenophores, and then there's cnidarians. Cnidarians are the jellyfish. They sting. They have stinging cells. They're named for their cnidarian. Ctenophores don't have stinging cells. They're just comb jellies. They just capture things or they engulf them whole. Like the two types of comb jellies. So there's absolutely nothing scary about a comb jelly.
When it comes to most deep-sea creatures, filming them in their natural habitat, although very difficult, at least isn't impossible. Modern submersibles come equipped with super powerful lights, able to illuminate even the darkness of the deepest depths. The main problem is, videos taken at this depth isn't really accurate as most light wavelengths are invisible down there. And because of that, the next animal on our list becomes virtually invisible in its natural environment. The bloody belly comb jelly lives at depths ranging from 984 to 3,320 feet. And aside from having a very catchy name, at those depths, all red light gets filtered out, rendering this amazing creature almost invisible to the naked eye. Even its glowing red belly is invisible, enabling it to go undetected by both prey and predator alike. It is speculated that one of the reasons why the bloody belly comb jelly...
Bloody belly comb jelly, bloody belly comb jelly, bloody belly... Yeah, okay, tongue twister.
belly glows red may be to conceal the prey it is digesting, for if a predator were to come along, the reflections of the jelly's own light would otherwise reveal his location and identity, making for a very easy target. But of course, all that is pure speculation. Like with all deep-sea dwellers, little is known about this mysterious creature with the catchy
I feel
name.
like we know a decent bit about comb jellies. Maybe not this specific species of comb jelly because it's deep sea, but like, I'd go as that for Halloween. Yeah, I'd be a bloody belly comb jelly for Halloween. That actually sounds fun.
Bloody belly comb jelly belly welly. Maybe I sang that 5 times fast. Number 7. The giant squid. The
People
giant
keep
squid
including so that what I've heard is the giant squid is longer, but the colossal squid is thicker, I think is what I've heard. I think I'd be more scared of like a big, thick squid than a long squid. So I would put the colossal squid, not the giant squid. But people always put the giant squid.
Remains largely a mystery to scientists,
like,
despite
scarier?
being the biggest invertebrate on Earth. The largest of these elusive giants ever found measured 59 feet in length and weighed very nearly a ton. However, their inhospitable deep-sea habitats has made them uniquely difficult to study, and almost everything scientists know about them is from carcasses that have washed up on beaches or been hauled in by fishermen. Lately, however, the fortunes of scientists studying these elusive creatures have begun to turn. Dr. Nathan Robinson, alongside Dr. Edie Witter, captured the first ever footage of the giant squid in U.S. waters. This is only the second time the giant squid has been filmed in the wild. The first time was in 2004 when researchers in Japan took the first images ever of a live giant squid. It might be hard for us to understand why scientists are so excited about a video just a few minutes long, but even some short footage could further unravel the mystery that is the giant squid. Number 6. The vampire squid.
Everyone does this. It's the fucking Dumbo squid. It's the fish that literally swims with its ears and looks fucking cute as hell.
Jumping from one squid to another, the vampire squid, known to scientists as Vampira toothus and frenalis, looks like something that swam out of a late-night science fiction movie. But in spite of its monstrous name, it is a tiny creature growing to only about 6 inches in length.
It's
kind
tiny.
of the opposite of our previous entry. The vampire squid's body is covered with light-producing organs called photophores. This gives the little squid a very unique ability to turn itself on or off at will through a chemical
6
process
inches
known
long.
as bioluminescence.
And
When the photophores
swims
are
with
off,
its
the squid is
ears.
completely invisible in the dark waters where it lives.
Look at him.
The squid has incredible control over these light organs. It has the ability to modulate the size and intensity
It
of the
would be a very
photophores to
cute
create
hat.
complex patterns that can be used to disorient predators and attract prey. Not much is known about the feeding and mating habits of the vampire squid, and that's mostly because observing them in their natural habitat for a prolonged
cool
period of
underside,
time is virtually impossible. So any footage of them like the one you are seeing is very valuable to scientists. Number 5. The Pacific viper fish. The viper fish is
Classic.
one of the most
Just
unusual
name a
looking
random deep sea fish that's actually like 2 inches long but has sharp teeth and therefore equals scary.
fish in the deep sea. It's also one of the most popular and well-known species, known as one of the fiercest predators of the deep, in fact. This fish can be easily recognized by its large mouth and sharp fang-like teeth. In fact, these fangs are so large that they will not fit inside the mouth. Instead, they curve back very close to the fish's eyes.
Yeah, it's so large that this is like a normal size Tupperware and this is the size of the fish in it. So large and scary.
The viper fish is thought to use these sharp teeth to impale its victims by swimming at them at high speeds.
It's cool
Of
looking.
course,
I'll
that is
admit.
just speculation.
Imagine having
as,
that
like,
thing
with
in an aquarium. If you could keep a viper fish alive in an aquarium, it would be awesome. It looks cool as hell, but not really mysterious.
most deep-sea creatures,
caught
little
on
is
camera.
actually known about this guy. Because of the extreme depths at which they are found,
Hi,
very
guys.
little is
Sweet
known
movie.
about the reproductive habits of the viperfish.
What's up, Levmo?
It is believed that they are
you.
external spawners, meaning that the female releases eggs into the water to be fertilized. Spawning probably occurs throughout the year, although the numbers of young larvae have been discovered to be the highest between January and March. These larvae are approximately 6 millimeters long when they hatch. They are left to fend for themselves until they can reach maturity. Not much is known about the lifespan of the viperfish as well, but most researchers think they live between 15 and 30 years. In captivity, they rarely live longer than a few hours.
Damn.
Number
Bad.
4.
I want one.
The Taunius. If you were to
What?
guess
Oh, it's
what
a
kind
squid.
of animal
I was gonna say I have never heard of the Taunius. I have never had. I was actually genuinely surprised because I have never had one of these videos bring up something that I did not know. I have never heard of the Taunius. I guess it's just a type of squid, but that's cool. They actually surprised me for once. I get to learn.
animal this is, I bet the word squid is going to be the first thing that comes to mind.
It actually,
yes, my
squid
friend.
is not the first thing that came to mind. It was actually. Literally the first thing I said was, oh, it's a squid.
The Tauneus is a squid, a glass squid to be more specific,
Pretty
for
cool.
very obvious reasons. Although it comprises only 3 recognized species, it has been suggested there may be as many.
Why is it making that face?
As 5 species. Again, pure speculation as these guys are very rarely seen and much less filmed. These strange, transparent animals are typically found 300 meters below the surface, floating in the cockatoo position, which is the official name given to how these squid position their tentacles, which kind of reminds me of a kid in class wearing a dunce hat. And you know, I'm actually going to end this section with that very dated reference because frankly, so little is known about this squid, so there's really nothing much to say. Who here even remembers what a dunce hat is, actually? Number 3.
Love you.
The deep sea dragonfish.
Yes, another tiny
The deep sea
fish.
dragonfish, sometimes known as the scaleless dragonfish, is a ferocious predator that inhabits the deep oceans of the world. It has extremely large teeth compared to its body size, in fact. In spite of its absolutely gruesome appearance, it is a small fish, measuring only about 6 inches in length. There are several different species of dragonfish and are all very similar in appearance. The deep sea dragonfish lives in deep ocean waters at depths of up to 5,000 feet. Although dragonfish species are found in most oceans in the world, the deep sea dragonfish is limited mainly to the North and Western Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. For many years,
Teeth
scientists have
equals
known about the
scary.
dragonfish's photophores, which are cells that emit light.
What's up with
There are a
everything
couple
being
of red
6 inches? Because all of these deep sea, like, ferocious predators are literally just, like, 5 or 6 inches long. But he doesn't want to say that because it kind of takes away from the mystery and the scariness and the ominousness of it. It's just a tiny, it's like a minnow-sized dude swimming around. Like, yeah, he's got cool teeth, but like...
photophores under each eye, and a particularly bright one at the end of the barbel under its chin, which scientists think it uses as a lure to catch its prey. What they don't know is that this fish's entire body lights up as shown in the video. Why the fish does this, well, no one knows. Clearly, further study of this amazing yet mysterious creature is required.
Further study of bioluminescence in general is required. Yeah, there's a lot of like conflicting stuff with bioluminescence as far as like attracting prey, but then like there's distracting prey, and then there's like hiding from prey by not having bioluminescence. Like bioluminescence, maybe I'm wrong, but doesn't make a lot of clear sense to me. It seems like its purpose is completely different in every animal, and a lot of them conflict. So I'm actually really interested to see what research comes out on bioluminescence, like as I get older.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
Oh, I love today's best pick. We always got some really good photos for today's best pick.
So if you find something on the internet that stumps you like a weird photo, send it on over
You've got to be
to
fucking
us, and
kidding
who
me.
knows?
This is a sturgeon.
We might even feature.
This is a normal-sized sturgeon photoshopped into a pond to look, and they're catching it with this. You're telling me there's a... Okay.
Feature it in a future video. Number 2. The fish pond monster?
You've got to be
I suppose
fucking
that's
kidding
actually the best name for it. Today's top pick is weird. It shows a photo of a group of fishermen trying to encircle what obviously is a monstrous fish.
me. Obviously.
Some of the fish
Oh god, not Sturgeonzilla. We've got Crabzilla, we've got fucking... Is that it? Do we only have Crabzilla? Well, now we've got Sturgeonzilla. I actually like Sturgeonzilla way better than Crabzilla.
men are even kids. Is this photo even real, though?
No! It's so obviously not real. It's just a fucking sturgeon. How could you ask that question?
Well, not quite. The fish in the photo is quite real. It is a sturgeon, which is quite a big fish, but they definitely don't grow that big. Somebody just obviously superimposed its photo smack in the middle of people trying to catch fish in a pond. Although,
goodness.
there are records of monster fish being caught in a small fishing
come
hole
on.
like this one, which shows a huge catfish getting caught in a tiny pond. So, right fishing hole, wrong giant fish. Replace the sturgeon with a catfish and this photo might be more believable.
No, it wouldn't. There's no catfish. Even a fucking fully grown Wells catfish is not this size.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that
Why did his voice suddenly change?
5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds,
What the fuck is going
you'll
on?
get
I feel like I'm
10
being
years of
attacked. My
amazing
senses
luck.
are being attacked.
Just try it. It really works.
Number 1.
Hit subscribe and you get great luck for 5 years. Yay.
The deep sea oarfish.
Huggers,
This
oarfish.
strange-looking oarfish is the largest
he
bony
dead.
fish in the sea. The origin of the oarfish's name is unknown, but may refer to the oar-shaped body or the long
Why
oar-like
does the
pelvic
music go
fins.
so hard?
Because of its long, thin shape, the oarfish is sometimes known as the ribbonfish. It is also commonly referred to as the king of herrings. They have a habit of floating near the surface of the water when they are sick or dying. Because of this, it is believed that the oarfish may be responsible for many of the legendary sightings of sea monsters and sea serpents by ancient mariners and beachgoers.
Sorry, I just can't pay
Almost
attention to
everything
this.
we know about the oarfish
I've made an entire documentary about oarfish. I think I'm over it. He's not going to say something I think that I haven't heard.
has been learned from specimens that have washed ashore on beaches or have been accidentally caught by fishermen, and footage of a live one out in the wild are pretty rare, making the footage you're seeing quite invaluable. The footage you're seeing was
Oarfish
taken by
caught
an
some
ROV, or a remote operated vehicle, while it was exploring the depths of the Gulf of
Sweet
Mexico.
booby. That's a good thing, though. Here, look at the
ROV,
mouth.
or a
Look at this mouth compared to the body size. A lot of people are, like, scared of oarfish. Or, like, I remember... Was it Hassan who watched that one video and there's like an oarfish and he was like, fuck that, I'm never going in the ocean. You want that thing to attack you? Its mouth would literally barely fit my thumb.
remote operated vehicle while
Can't
it was
attack you.
exploring the depths of the Gulf of Mexico. Although it is a little hard to tell in the video, this fish is massive. These fish can reach a length of over 50 feet and weigh as much as 600 pounds.
PogChamp. Oh my god, it's immediately going on to this. Do I really just want to watch another shitty one? What is this? Strange creatures discovered after tsunamis. Alright, let's do that. The tsunamis raise giant amounts of water, flood cities, bunch of shit like that happens. I've seen, like, post-tsunamis or post-large storms, there'll be, like, fish in people's backyard. Like, I saw one dude had, like, a squirrel fish in his backyard, and he was, like, a mile from the coast. And like a random squirrel fish landed in his backyard. So like they can definitely bring stuff up. And as Sharknado has clearly taught us, the combination of tornadoes and tsunamis can throw sharks which are still alive and sentient at people. So very excited for this.
The world's oceans are some of the most mysterious areas we know about today.
Wouldn't be a strange top 10 on YouTube if we didn't start out with something about the oceans being mysterious and undiscovered. Bonus points if you mention that we know more about space.
We don't know about every creature that lives in the ocean depths and how they've been affected by us. Discoveries are now being made and the results are unexpected. Here are 10 creepy sea
What the fuck is that? Is that like a Blackmore goldfish with wings? Okay, I'm excited.
creatures discovered after the Japanese tsunami.
Oh, after the Japanese tsunami. So this is after one specific tsunami in Japan. We're going to see all of these creatures. 10 creatures. I'm excited.
We got a quiz for you, so stay sharp and pay special attention.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember to answer in the comments, and the winning comment with the most upvotes, plus being the most clever, will get pinned to the top and receive a shout out in a future video.
Is that really how you engage comments? You engage comments by asking them all to answer the question and then they pin the top comment? That's so lame. Alright, I want everybody to comment balls on this video. And I will heart and pin a random balls. Good luck, soldiers.
If this is your first time with us, then we welcome you with open arms and invite you to stick around by clicking on that beautiful red subscribe button.
How are we 45 seconds in and there hasn't been anything mentioned yet?
Unidentified mass. After the tsunami in 2011, a survivor managed to get this shot of this unidentified mass that turned up on the
So, probably just a decaying whale or something? I don't know. I mean, can you really call this a sea monster? When you just have like a blob on the beach that just looks like decaying flesh? I mean, you've got cartilaginous fish, you've got bony fish, there's plenty of different things. You got muscle fibers. Things decay weird. I don't know. This literally just looks like I left a loaf of bread in the ocean. And this is how it decayed.
the beach. The mass looked like a whale-type creature, but locals were afraid to get close to it.
No, they weren't.
From some angles, the creature
It looks like a fucking rock. You're telling me locals who live on the ocean are scared to get near this? It looks like moldy bread or a literal rock.
Looked like a boulder, while others believe it could be blubber from a decomposing whale.
Yep.
Either way, it doesn't have any features that look comfortable, and it creeped out everyone who saw it.
Not me.
Ghost fish?
Ghost fish?
In this disturbing video shot during the tsunami, a white creature can be seen jumping into a tree as the flood waters rise. Then it seems to get back into the water, then jumps out into the air and turns into a mist, all as if it was trying to get to a safe place. Because the video quality isn't the greatest.
Oh, it isn't the greatest. Is that so? This is maximum 50 pixels. My sub badges are higher quality than this thing.
Many have arguments as to what the creature is. Saber-tooth.
She's just moving on? Okay, so a plastic bag or like a towel got carried by the wind upwards during the tsunami. And it's somehow a ghost fish and it's like 50 pixels. Cool. Got it.
Sardine.
Saber-toothed sardine.
Just days after the tsunami in March 2011, images of a bizarre-looking creature.
So much is okay. Okay. First things first, obviously fake. Second thing, why would this be called a sardine? It has no resemblance of a sardine whatsoever. This is the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen. Fish don't have those kind of canines. But also, like, come on.
Emerged in a video posted online.
Yeah, calling this a sardine. You know, sardine are like tiny silver fish that are like normal fish shaped. Not the head is 2/3 of the body. You know, when we classify fish, we talk about the head, the trunk, the tail. Well, this thing is all head. There's zero trunk, and the tail is just there.
Line. According to the description,
Where
this
do the
creature
teeth go when it closes the mouth is a fire question. Does it have the holes that teeth go into with some fish? Doesn't look like it.
washed up on shore after the tsunami. Looking at it, it looks like a
Pokemon
combination
fossil.
of a dog and a fish with sharp teeth and brown scales.
Oh,
It's
there's
not as
different
big
angles.
as some of the photographed angles imply, but it is still a fascinating find despite accusations of forgery.
Accusations of forgery.
Mutant.
Mutant.
One of the most affected areas of Japan during the tsunami was the Fukushima nuclear power plant.
Okay.
Between the earthquake and the subsequent tsunami, the plant had a nuclear disaster and people had to be evacuated from the region.
I didn't
However,
know that.
the sea life couldn't evacuate, and it seems that it has resulted in mutated fish.
I don't think
in
that
this
happened
photo,
because of
a
the
man
rotation.
caught a disturbing-looking fish that seems to have no teeth, a large head, and a small.
Just a wolf fish. This isn't a radiation. This is just a wolf fish. It's not created by fucking radiation leakage. It's like a pretty common fish. Like I put it in my top 10 worst fish when I made that months ago. This is not new.
Smaller body. It is a creature that hasn't been discovered previously.
That's not even remotely true. A creature that hasn't been discovered. We know a lot about wolffish. We know like their breeding and their parenting habits to the point where when I was doing research for that video, I was finding information about their parenting habits. Saying that we don't know a lot about a wolffish is a total lie.
Showing us that we still have much to find in the ocean.
Classic.
Living in a skiff.
What?
After the tsunami, about 5 million tons of debris were pummeled into the Pacific Ocean. Thanks to the ocean currents, the debris made rounds all over the world. So who's to say that there weren't any fish that maybe took refuge? In 2013, live fish were found in a skiff that turned up on the west coast of the United States.
That's actually kinda
Of the
cool.
5 fish inside, only 1 survived and is being studied by the local marine biologists.
That's actually pretty sick. I don't know how that's a strange sea creature discovered after tsunami. Well, actually, you know what? I'll take it. That's pretty cool. To have like a fish survive in like some kind of debris that's like floating on the ocean and doesn't know it can get out because it's floating. It's kind of sick.
All right, it's quiz time. How much
Okay.
radiation and toxic waste from Fukushima do you think affects the sea life that live there?
Almost none.
Tell us your answer in the comments and upvote
okay.
your
Why is this
favorite
on my
answer.
screen?
Winner will get pinned to the top and receive a shout out in a future Riches video.
You think if I put almost none that they would pin my comment? I don't think they would.
Beluga hybrid.
Beluga whale or beluga sturgeon?
This photo started floating around
okay.
after the tsunami.
So a basking shark? It's just a basking shark with its top jaw lowered, but cool.
And it looks like a combination of a
it's a
beluga
megamouth.
whale
I'm
and
dumb.
a shark.
I'm dumb. It's just a megamouth, not a basking shark. I meant megamouth. My bad. I meant megamouth and I said basking shark.
And it looks like a combination of a beluga whale and a shark. The creepiness of the creature is enough to send shivers down
Everyone
anyone's
finds megamouths so creepy. I don't get it. I think I've made this exact point before, but like, they don't, I mean, they're a little weird, but they're kind of cute. They're kind of personable. I can't see really hating these guys. We also don't know a ton about them. Yeah, they just look goofy. I wouldn't exactly call them like scary or mysterious. They're just kind of goofy, you know? I don't mind megamouths.
spine, and if this photo is legit and it emerged after the tsunami, then there are some crazy looking creatures hanging out in the deep parts of the ocean.
Yeah.
Just one eye.
Just one. Oh, is this the Cyclops
After
shark?
the tsunami, it wasn't uncommon to find creepy sea creatures on the west coast of the United States.
An oarfish.
The gentleman holding this creepy
Okay.
one-eyed eel-like creature seems to think he found the jackpot when it comes to weird creatures.
He seems to think he found the jackpot. Does it? Zoom in on his face. He looks pretty upset or not happy to be there to me. He doesn't look like someone who just thinks he found an amazing find.
The one-eyed dead look on the creature's face indicates that it probably experienced some crazy things. If you've ever been
What? It doesn't even have one eye. That's one eye on one side. What does this have to do with experiencing? Do you think fish show what they've experienced in their eyes? What?
look on the creature's face indicates that it probably experienced some crazy things. If you've ever been in the ocean during rough waves, magnify that by 10 and you might have an idea of what these creatures went through.
What?
Creature in town.
Okay.
In this video, we see the ruins of a Japanese town after the tsunami.
Sure.
Buildings are destroyed, vehicles are overturned, and the local sea life get washed up into the streets.
Right.
This creepy-looking creature was clearly
Sturgeon?
not expecting to run an errand in town.
Aw, poor boy. Poor sturgeon washed up. Well, not really a strange sea creature, just a sturgeon, but poor guy.
And seems to be either a small whale, shark, or even a sturgeon.
Or even a sturgeon.
Regardless of the creature's identity, it definitely looks creepy and probably wasn't fun to
How does it look creepy? It's just a fucking sturgeon. These people are drama queens. I think the majority of the issue comes from the fact that these people are actual fucking drama queens. Like, removing a sturgeon is so scary, creepy, and horrible to deal with.
remove. Evacuate.
Evacuate?
While
Where?
it's difficult to identify the creature in this video, thinking about the circumstances are certainly creepy. In the video, you hear a man talking about the earthquake and tsunami with the moving waves of the ocean. Then you see a black streak go across the beach and then into the water. Considering how fast it moved,
This is even less pixels than the last one.
it definitely wasn't a land-based creature, but yet it also moved too fast for a large sea creature. Other theories include seals or even an
Was that the whole
octopus,
video?
but
She's not gonna
considering
show
how
it again?
Black streak go across the beach and then into the water.
It's 4 frames. It's 4 frames. She has 4 individual images and each one is less than 20 pixels.
Considering how fast it moved, it definitely wasn't a land-based creature,
What do you want me to
but
do
yet
with
it also
that?
moved too fast for a large sea creature. Other theories include seals or even an octopus, but considering how fast it's moving, it's something creepier than that.
4 frames.
Okay,
Cool.
after seeing these creatures somewhat up close, do you think that the relatives of these things might be affected by the Fukushima disaster? Will
No.
we see a rise in mutated sea creatures?
That's not mutated.
Let us know in the comments
That's
and
just a
upvote your
jellyfish.
favorite answer.
Okay.
Tell us what you thought of
Okay. Thanks. The richest. Making great videos as always. I'm not gonna watch the other one because the other one looked lame. I think I'm gonna be done for today. We got 2 presentations, 2 reacts, and that was pretty good. But I'll talk to you guys for a bit. How you guys doing? Stream's a little delayed because we still don't have Ethernet here. We still have Wi-Fi, which essentially means that I like lose frames constantly. So if the stream ever buffers for you, it's probably me, not you. Potentially, Nat. We're playing CS:GO tonight. You want to join us for that? You like my wall? Thank you. How'd you guys like the creepy stream? I'm good, Lila. I'm getting new sub badges worked on. If you guys look next to Lila, she has a cool little seahorse. We're gonna get ones for that cover all of those. Mario 64 speedrun one when I get Ethernet. My whole like thing that I enjoy about speedrunning is it's very chill and I can like talk back and forth with chat. But the problem is with this delay, with like the bitrate and everything, I can't talk back and forth with chat because I'm losing frames. And now you guys are delayed like 20-30 seconds. I don't want to do, I've been playing Mario, but I don't want to do like speedrun streams until, you know. What's under your bed? Clothes, snacks, and a trash can. Yeah, the delay is crazy, Flex. Because I've dropped 1,700 frames. I have a counter up, so I've dropped 1,700 frames. Yeah, it's bad. At the beginning of the stream, it's fine, but then I drop frames throughout, and then it gets delayed. So hopefully I'll finally get Ethernet, and then we can be done with this shit. Alright. Bye, everyone. Have a nice night. You'll see this fucking 15 seconds after I say it, but whatever. I might not stream, probably won't stream again this week. I'm going to Missouri. I am going to Missouri to see Soph on Friday. So we may do a react stream with Soph. So those videos were fire back in the day when her and I watched videos together. So we might do that again. So continue sending good videos and stream ideas because we'll use those. Have a nice day.